now, a news report on the rising crime figures and the reaction from the governor's mansion. The numbers state in black and white that crime is on the rise all over the state. Many commentators are blaming the rise in criminality, thievery, racketeering, and other gangsterism on the economic downturn and resulting social deprivation. In the greater Lost Heaven area last year, there was a sharp increase in the number of gang-related incidents, and the chief of police was moved to create a gang task force, known informally as the Rat Catchers. But Governor Wells, who has suffered criticism for his handling of the increase in violent crime, thinks otherwise. He said, "There can be no dispute that times are hard for many. Jobs are fewer and farther between. But that simply is no reason to bite one's thumb at the rule of law. In fact, I feel that adversity has the potential of forging a hardier individual and a more harmonious family unit." Governor Wells came in for some criticism from certain sections, while others were quick to praise him for his commitment to straight talking. How either interpretation plays with the electorate remains to be seen. One thing is certain, however, and that is the current levels of crime are out of control. Join me for another news bulletin later. Now, I believe, we have some more musical numbers.
It is shown to significantly diminish the 28-day mortality.
Man. Oh, Miss Chinatown.
There are a number of interventions that have been used to mortality disease. For example, remdesivir, which is a direct antiviral, has received FDA approval, and a variety of monoclonal antibodies have also received emergency use authorization as convalescent plasma. Other antivirals, hyperimmunoglobulin, and things like anticoagulants are currently in clinical trial. One comment.
Almost got tagged, Chica.
Antibodies and convalescent plasma, since they are giving antibody to someone who would need a direct antiviral effect of the antibody, it is best to use it early, before individuals actually have had the opportunity to progress. And that's what we're going to be seeing in the future, is an attempt to, as early as possible, get these interventions to the patients in their particular state, hopefully as outpatients, if we can logistically get that done. You can move on to the next slide, and that is vaccines. As many of you know now, the federal government has been involved even in the development of and or the facilitation of the testing of vaccines that represent 3 separate...
Should have put that joke in Ken Need's translation, bro.
We all know is the extraordinary, efficacious, and safe results of the Moderna and the Pfizer-BioNTech product, with 94 to 95% efficacy and a good safety profile, both having received an EUA. What we're looking at closely now is others that you see on the slide: Janssen, AstraZeneca, and Novavax, which are in various states of trial. Of particular importance that you'll be hearing about likely within the next few days to a week are the results from the Janssen J&J trial. And the reason they're important, it relates to some of the things that Dr. Walensky says. And that is, it's a phase 3 trial with a different platform, a human adenovirus vector. But it is going to be looking at efficacy not only in the United States, but also in South Africa and in Brazil. So we will get a good feel from those. I hope, I believe we will. We'll let the data speak for itself. But what we will see was the relative efficacy against the wild-type virus that is predominantly in the United States, as well as the South African isolate, which in fact is something that we will be able to get a feel for the efficacy there. So we'll have some comparative efficacy, which will inform us on where we will go if the eventuation occurs that we do have that particular lineage that would take seat itself in the United States. So let me move on to the last slide because that relates to what I said. Dr. Walensky gave you a good feel for the distribution of the various lineages. The 117, which is in the UK, the 351 South Africa, which I just mentioned, and the P1 in Brazil. She mentioned about the increased transmissibility and the likelihood of an increase actually in some lethality in the B117. The important question that people ask is what is the impact on both monoclonal antibodies and on the vaccine-induced antibodies related to the vaccines that we are currently distributing now. When you're looking at the 117, namely what we refer to as the UK variant, what we're seeing is a very slight, if at all, impact on vaccine-induced antibodies and very little impact on anything else. So we are covered with that. Things get a bit more problematic when you go to the 351, or what we're seeing as the dominant one
the nicest
in
ass
South
I've ever seen in my
Africa.
life.
Because in that regard, there is a moderate diminution, namely a multifold diminution in the in vitro neutralization by vaccine-induced antibodies.
Help me over here.
However, and this is an important however, it still is well within the cushion of protection. So you could diminish the vaccine-induced antibody efficacy by a few fold and still be well within the protective range of the vaccine. And that's the reason why you've seen announcements that actually the vaccine that we're using is still effective. However, given that as a efficacy by this South African strain, that's the reason why there will be attempts to develop even other antibodies that might be able to avert this particular problem. So looking forward, what we plan to do in collaboration with
Tommy.
alternative boosts that would use
Pinche culela.
but that would incorporate a particular immunogen that would address these particular variants. And for that reason, we will always want to be a step or two ahead of what might be a problem in the future. So I'll stop there now and hand it over to Andy Sapp.
Thank you, Dr. Fauci. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Fauci, and also thank you, Dr. Walensky. The country is truly lucky to have the two of you leading the charge on both our nation's best scientists and our nation's best public health officials. I want to pick up where Drs. Walensky and Fauci left off, public health and science. I'm going to talk about another topic, which is execution of the plan to combat the COVID crisis. Namely, the strategy, the progress, and the challenges, openly and transparently. Now, to begin, I'd like to start with one of the core pillars of our plan, and that is the equitable healthcare access and outcomes for all Americans. So let me introduce Dr. Marcella Nunez-Smith, who is head of the Health Equity Task Force, to make some comments on where we stand as a country in a battle to make sure we get every American equitable access to the medical care and the vaccinations that they need.
Great. Thank you so much, Andy, and that's correct. Equity is absolutely a foundational component of our national plan. There's the moral imperative. It's simply the right thing to do to ensure that those who are hardest hit have an opportunity to stay safe and healthy through this pandemic. And there's also the science of it. We cannot beat this virus without making sure we're executing a plan that works for all communities. So we've committed to taking an equity lens to every aspect of this pandemic response. That includes minimizing the risk of getting infected, and for those who get COVID, minimizing the risk of hospitalization or death. So that includes ensuring access to PPE, testing, treatments, and vaccines. It also includes making it possible for people to safely quarantine and isolate, and to monitor the impacts of long COVID. So from what the data show us, we still have a long way to go. Latino, Indigenous, and Black people in America are dying at high rates from COVID-19. And folks in rural communities have case and death rates that continue to climb, and they're dying at higher rates than people in metropolitan areas. So by race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender identity, disability, geography, based on where you live, COVID-19 is leaving a terrible imprint on far too many communities.
Fuck me, bro.
So, the president took immediate action to combat COVID-19 health equities. Last Thursday, President Biden signed an executive order on ensuring an equitable pandemic response and recovery. And a key part of his approach to ensuring equity is through the COVID-19 Health Equity Task Force. So this task force, the COVID-19 response coordinator, for mitigating the health inequities caused or exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic, and also for preventing these kinds of inequities in the future. You know, the task force will include individuals with insights into these groups that have been hardest hit. So their role will be advisory in nature, but the president has asked them to make some recommendations on a range of issues. Optimally allocating COVID-19 resources by agencies and by state, local, tribal, and territorial officials. Dispersing COVID-19 relief funds in a way that advances equity. Ensuring effective, culturally aligned communication, messaging, and outreach to our hardest hit communities. And addressing ongoing health inequities faced by COVID-19 survivors that may merit a public health. It's going to be essential that we collect data for the hardest hit communities and identify data sources that will enable development of short-term targets for pandemic-related action. And address longer-term data shortfalls and challenges to better prepare and respond to future pandemics. So we will be announcing the members of this task force soon, as President Biden is adamant they hit the ground running, especially now, as so many people and communities are disproportionately hurting from this pandemic. And for the last slide, finally, it's critical everyone has equitable access to all of the resources necessary to make it through this pandemic. And that includes equitable distribution of COVID-19 vaccines to all communities. So all Americans, everyone in our country, should have the benefit of a safe, effective vaccine that can prevent them from getting sick or dying from COVID-19. It takes intention and deliberate action to advance equity in this vaccine distribution process. So we're going to do that through a series of important actions. We're leveraging data sources, both from government and other sectors, to find and remedy inequities. We're limiting all out-of-pocket costs for vaccines. Your ability to pay should not play a role in your decision of whether or not to receive this vaccine. We're removing structural barriers to access in underserved communities. We'll do this by making sure that it's convenient and accessible to get to vaccination sites, by increasing the clinical and community-based workforce for outreach, education, vaccination, and wraparound services. We're working to make sure that transportation and paid time off are available so people can make it out to get their vaccine. We're going to increase and support core venues of vaccination, including federally qualified health centers. And Andy's going to talk about some of our other venues for vaccination that we're ramping up. But it will be important to make sure vaccines are available to everyone, and oftentimes that will mean bringing the vaccine right to people. So next, we're already talking to states about their pandemic plans and strategies for equity. We're here to provide technical assistance when needed. But when local health officials are making great progress in equity, we're sharing some of those great ideas with their peers around the country. And finally, we're launching a robust national public education campaign to make sure people know about this vaccine, the facts, and not the misinformation. We want people to know that the vaccines are safe and effective. We want everyone to be able to make decisions with the best information possible. And we're going to make sure that the information comes to them in places and in ways that are most likely to reach them. It's critical this public education work be very local in nature. Critical that we in the federal government support the relationships that already exist between faith and community leaders and their communities. So while there is no single way to do this work, there are best practices that must define our approach. And supporting those best practices will be our focus in the days and weeks to come. So there's so much to do to get through this pandemic. We want to make sure all communities are cared for and supported along the way. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to you, Andy.
Thank you, Dr. Nina Smith. And look, it's appropriate that I follow in my report Drs. Walensky, Fauci, and Nina Smith. Very simply because it's important to send a message to the public that the White House respects and will follow the science, and the scientists will speak independent. Walensky are going to draw Fauci and Nina Smith. Very simply because it's important to send the message to the public that the White House respects and will follow the science, and the scientists will speak independently, and that our core values of science, public health, and equity are going to drive our actions here at the White House. The President launched a national strategy just as he assumed office on the second day, and at the heart of that plan is the most aggressive actions possible to stem the pandemic and follow the science. So Dr. Walensky spoke about the high levels of spread still in this country, even as they decline. Dr. Fauci talked about the threat from the new variants. And Dr. Nina Smith spoke about our difficulty and challenges in getting access to vaccines all across the country. So given those realities, accelerating the availability and the administration of vaccines are all the more important. So it's been a busy
Come on, man.
You've seen us begin to execute our strategy. We've set up a team,
Peekaboo.
states and vaccine manufacturers, launched community vaccination centers, taken action to improve supply, provide travel restrictions, and more. Now I know that many Americans are anxious and eager to get vaccinated. I want you to know we're taking this issue on with incredible urgency and purpose, despite not inheriting a fully developed strategy or the infrastructure to make vaccines readily available to Americans as quickly as they need to be. So far this week, we've been hitting our target of an average of 1 million vaccinations per day, necessary to meet the President's early commitment to administer 100 million shots in 100 days. Now, as you heard from the President this week,
get down!
he is pushing us to view the floor, not the ceiling. Today, we are releasing more supply, activating FEMA, and deploying many more personnel.
Come on, we
In
can't lose them!
fact, just this week, FEMA announced they have obligated $1 billion to support state vaccination sites. Now I want to step back.
What are you shooting at, Polly?
In some context. To vaccinate every American over the age of 16,
Looks like that's
we
the
are
last.
looking at a total need of well over 500 million doses of vaccines. Now, that assumes 2 shots for every American 16 and older. Now, I want to pause and say that everything we're talking about today, in terms of vaccines, reflects the vaccines currently on
You
the
ever see
market.
guys piss their
That
pants
is
this
a
quick?
2-dose regimen.
If you look through the rain, you can see it
We are
dripping
not
out the back
counting
of their
on
car.
things that are not in existence today. Our plan will be to make sure that we prepare for as many contingencies as exist. Right now, I want to level with the public that we're facing 2 constraining factors. The first is
Kill some guys, my lady.
and the second is the ability to administer the vaccines quickly once they're produced and sent out to the sites. We are taking action to increase supply and increase capacity. But even so, it will be months before everyone who wants a vaccine will be able to get one. Now let me start with what's happened so far.
I knew it.
Over 47 million doses to states and to long-term care facilities. We've administered about 24 million doses. Now we've gotten several questions on this, so I want to be clear. As you heard us announce yesterday, any stockpile that may have existed
Guys
previously
are gonna regret
no
they ever
longer
set eyes
exists.
on Sarah, huh?
Our practice is to maintain a rolling inventory of 2 to 3 days of supply that we can use to supplement any shortfalls in production and to ensure that we are making deliveries as committed. But we are passing doses directly along the states very much in real time as they order them. And we are confident that we will receive the supply on a rolling basis from the manufacturers to allow us to continue to do so. Now we know there are places in the country with not enough vaccines, and at the same time, there are places with vaccines that they're not using yet. This is a natural challenge states are facing, and we will give them more visibility into their forthcoming supply and providing technical assistance to that will help to
Can't
make
feel
sure to
sorry
make
for these
quicker
animals.
use of these doses.
Not like this with
But I
Plucky if
want
you
to
give them the
emphasize an
chance.
essential
You gotta
ingredient
pull the trigger without
to
thinking.
increasing the administration of vaccines is passage of the American Rescue Plan,
This amount.
which dedicates needed money
This
for
one's
vaccinators and for the administration of vaccines. Now let me take you through what we're doing to increase the supply. So the president invoked the Defense Production Act last week as a big first step to increase the supply of vaccines. We're going to make sure that we get 6 doses out of Pfizer's vials everywhere in America, because that's the potential.
Remember what those guys wanted to do to
By
Sarah?
acquiring something called low dead space syringes.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody knows what low dead space syringes are. I now do.
Hey,
Get Tommy.
get out of here before the boats show
We
up, huh?
announced a 16% increase in supply flow.
Better you do it. The saint and the sinner.
Simple, straight.
The saint and the sinner.
I can't afford this life no more.
Just getting lucky. I'll give you a chance to win your money back.
You want in, boss?
We have business to discuss, Paulie.
We're in it now, boys.
One of our associates at the coroner's office sent this over. Corpse's name is Giolotti.
You recognize him?
Sure. That's one of the punks we ran out of the neighborhood.
Now he got the bullet in the back of his head?
Yeah. We capped him.
Well, the cops ought to thank us. We did him a favor. The guy was a rapist, boss.
Yeah? Well, he was also a city councilor's son. You want to drive a politician into Morella's arms? There's no better way than killing off his family.
Christ.
It gets worse. You left another guy in the wreck?
Yeah, but he was dead when we got there.
You gonna tell me he was the president's nephew or something?
2 in the head, Paulie. If you're gonna do a job, do it right.
He made it?
Yes. He spent the week in St. Mary's, but he pulled through.
Can he point a finger at either of you?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. Look. We're gonna kill 2 birds with one blast. Galati's funeral's today at St. Michael's. Sam, you're gonna attend. Sit in the back and try to spot the lucky bastard.
How will I recognize him?
He'll be the one who just crawled away from a car wreck.
His arm is broken. Look for a sling.
Sam's gonna need
Excuse
a
me.
little distraction if he's gonna clean up your mess.
He's sending Tommy to dip his wick?
It's a brothel?
A gentleman's club, just down the street from St. Michael's. The Don has invested a lot of money in it over the years.
So, me and Sam.
Regardless, the owner has suddenly decided to do business with Morello instead of us.
You want me to go remind him of his obligations?
Yes. Then blow the place up.
What?
Morello wants to take businesses away from us? He'll inherit craters.
Look, Tom, we can't send Paulie and Sam since all the ladies know them already. They'd never make it through the front door. But you can walk right in.
Okay. What about the manager?
Take care of him wherever you find him. If any of the horse see it, well, it'll be a warning. Once he's out of the way, head to his office on the top floor. Grab any documents, money you find there, and place the explosives.
Vincenzo will see that you have what you need.
And you think the blast will be big enough to give me cover?
Yeah. But be smart. Only take a shot if you know you won't get me.
Tommy, one more thing. One of the girls is passing Morello information about our operations. Before you blow the place, you'll need to take care of her, too.
You want Tommy to kill a twist? Come on, Frank.
It's just bad luck this falls to town. But we gotta protect the family.
Her name is Michelle. She's usually working one of the upper rooms. Her photo is in the folder.
You boys clear this thing?
Yeah.
Tom,
I got it, boss.
and get it done.
Let's go. Go see Vinny. I'll meet you here.
Was it Galati?
I heard about their misfortune, Tom.
We're gonna fix it.
A lesson learned, I think, eh?
Heard you in the market for something that goes boom.
Mm-hmm. Can I get my gun now, bro? Gold. What's the gold one? There you are.
You gonna take the bomb or what?
Yeah.
Give those girls a squeeze from Uncle Ben, huh?
Not today.
Don't go anyplace yet.
Really, Python.
It's about the girl.
Michelle?
Right. You don't have to rub her out. Just make her disappear.
You know her?
Yeah. I've been with her a few times. She's a good egg, Tom. Just maybe not so bright. She doesn't deserve to get plugged just because she likes listening to me talk.
You think she'll leave town?
When she understands what'll happen otherwise, yeah, she'll leave. Here's 100. Give it to her. And make sure she gets far away.
Okay, Sam. I'll see what I can do.
That's all I'm asking. Let's go.
Michelle. She's the one from the racetrack, right?
Tom, that was the last time we were going to talk about her. Ever. I told you what I had to ask, and you listened. Gotta leave it there.
Okay.
Keep your head when you get into the hotel. Find your mark and don't act suspicious. The manager thinks he's untouchable. You'll probably walk right up to him.
Anything else I should know?
Nah, just don't take all day. Lottie died young, so there can't be much to say about him. When the bomb goes off, I'll do my thing.
Got it.
What kind of world is it that when you screw up, you get sent to a cat house? Well, I have to clean up your mess at a funeral. You see the justice in that?
I see a job I gotta do.
Such a professional. Just try to finish the job this time, huh? First time I've been to a church in a while.
I'm gonna guess they're still singing the same songs.
First time I went, it was. Same songs I always heard as a kid.
Yeah, you're not the religious type.
It's the funeral stop. That's all it ever is. All that anyone ever wants to do is point guns at the family and shoot. Getting point, there were so many funerals, I just stopped going to most of them. They're all boring as hell.
That's a shame, seeing as you're always dressed for the occasion.
Great gag, Tom. Write that one down.
Thanks. I'll do that.
Now, weddings. Weddings are less boring. I'd go to one of them. You working on that?
Guess so.
Good. Because I've given up waiting on Polly. Guy couldn't get a broad to stick to him if they went swimming through glue.
He'll find someone.
Tom, if his own mother has given up hope, then you can give up hope too.
Here's your stuff.
You're just gonna leave me here. Come on.
Oops.
I'll give the family your condolences.
Good luck.
You too.
For the latest technological innovations and labor-saving devices.
Corleone. Not Don Corleone.
Hey, handsome. You here for a girl, drinks, or a mix of the two?
A girl. And I got some business with your manager, too.
A girl I can help you with. Come through. Find the girl you like, and you can both get better acquainted upstairs. There's no rush, so get a drink, relax, and enjoy yourself.
Hey, good afternoon, sir.
Come through when you're ready.
My drink? Where's my drink?
You get a room when you get a guy, not before.
Fine.
You know the rules, Dottie. Can I help you? I need to talk with the manager.
You with our new associates. He's in the lounge. Enter the bar. Can't miss it.
You looking for a good time? Come this way, sweetie.
Nah, I'm looking for a friend. Michelle.
Sure you are. Come to my room and tell me all about it.
I just want to talk.
You know, I get to hear them. So we talking or what?
Where's Michelle?
Upstairs in 208. That all you want?
That's all I want.
Wish they were all like you, sweetheart.
Michelle?
What's it to you?
Fella named Sam is one of your regulars.
Maybe. There's a lot of guys named Sam.
You know him. Works for Don Celieri. Maybe you got him talking about our business from time to time, and maybe Don Morello offered you some money to spill what you heard.
No, Sam, trust me. I don't say nothing. He knows that.
Well, the Don's losing a lot of money because someone can't keep their mouths shut.
I was just bumping guns with some of Morello's girls. I didn't mean nothing by it. Tell him I'm sorry. Tell him I won't never open my mouth again.
I know.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You scared then? Good. Don't you ever forget how it feels to be this scared. To know you're just one twitch away from a hole in the ground. Because if you ever show your face in this town again, they're gonna find you with 2 in the head. Do you understand? Lucky for you, Sam's got a big heart. Get dressed and make tracks. This place is gonna blow soon.
Thank you.
Just don't come back and we're square.
Tom Broad, bro. I'ma love plugging you, bro.
Friendship between the Corleone Hotel and the Morello family be long and fruitful.
Why you shot that poor guy? You shot me first. Where are all the health? What the heck? Could have sworn I went past a bunch of them. There we go. Ammo. Hell.
With me! Where is he? Got you now!
Fuck! Sweet niblets, bro. Yeah, thanks for telling me.
And President Biden has also just signed an executive order invoking the Defense Production Act.
Moving up on his side. I'm on him. Get a better shot. Go! Gonna reload. Get cover. You're gonna die today, you know that? I see him.
Fuck me, bro. Let's go, dog.
Now you're done. Zombie! Gotta reload. Grabbing cover. Moving to cover.
Plenty of looks like him, nothing.
Clear shot! Go!
No. No, please. No.
Together! See him? You're looking like that.
Gotta reload.
Taking cover! Over here! Now you're done!
Drop you off the
Come on, get him! Take it! While we reload!
She had not put there herself and had not signed off on it. Just the question that she is not thinking of why not do something at the time. That's something that is continuing rapidly to get a lot of focus. But the bottom line, Andrea, you're absolutely right. This does fit into the broader backdrop of the Biden administration trying to pivot from that, trying to move forward and do things very differently than we saw during the last administration. And again, the question looming over all of it, will it be enough to address the critical concerns and crises that is ongoing? And Chris, and I also wanted to play a portion of what the newly confirmed Secretary of State Anthony Blinken had to say about really reduce the number of people.
Over here! it looks like.
There was no more stark indication than the pivot that was underway here than that phone call that you referenced between President Biden and President Putin. I am told, based on my conversations, that the call should not be seen as a pivot as it relates to Russia or a reset, that rather, as you point out, President Biden felt as though he needed to have that phone call because of that political arms treaty, the New START treaty, which is going to expire next week, and that he did raise concerns with the president on all of those different topics that you talked about, election interference being at the top of that list undoubtedly, and that the goal is to set a tough new tone with Russia, which underscores the tension, Andrew, that exists between the two countries.
They did agree on the arms control extension. The Russian parliament is going to vote on that today, but the Russian readout, the Kremlin readout was that this business is frank, and frank is Christian Walker.
Damn, Tommy. Window, bro. Jump, my dude. Ouch.
Gunfire and an explosion reported at the Corleone Hotel.
Paisan, ¿por qué, bro? Mia culpa, mia culpa.
I want everyone we've got on this guy. Get up there and bring him down. There! On the roof with us! Thought you'd get by, didn't you?
Pretty much. I'm out of here, partner. Nah, bro, I got you. Ooh, sucker. Don't make me kill y'all. Fuck, I should have killed y'all, okay? Try to be nice and run from the cops. Not kill y'all, but y'all need to go off AKs and shit. I will.
Changing the chemistry that sustains human existence and biological life in our planet, in the world. We are playing we're altering the chemistry that makes life possible. So yes, we have to get more conservative, more realistic, and reduce the human assault on the still hard! I see it!
I want everyone we've got on this guy. Get up there and bring him down. There! On the roof with us! I can get by, didn't you?
No. Nah, I'm just gonna have to kill y'all, punks.
Someone need a guy who can shoot?
Not you, bitch. The heck? Where am I going? Where am I going? Oh. Need some meds, bro. Get down, Tommy. What the? One break and we dead, bro.
No contact with the fellas on the roof. Feels like we lost him.
No matter how far we've fallen, we can find redemption in death.
Now, William, he was a sinner, yes.
But he was also a loving son, a protective brother, and a loyal friend. And for those virtues, we pray that his soul will find salvation.
And now I believe Billy's closest Silver's friends would like to say a few words.
Thank you, Father. I just wanted to pay my respects. Billy, I never said this, but I consider you my brother.
Oh, baby.
All the times you saved my ass from a beating. I don't know how I'm good. What are you doing? Wait, that's the guy. That's the guy who killed Billy.
Please, Agnes, leave us alone. Get over here now. Fire coming down.
How the heck he shot? Bro, below knee. The bro.
You could have stopped all this days ago.
have you done? Murder in the house of God.
So true. So true.
Men were criminals, Father. Thieves. Rapists. Killers.
And God would have embraced them if they'd asked for forgiveness. Now, which one of these men might have sought redemption by working with the poor? Which one might have saved just one life?
None of us.
Now you're delusional.
You bastard. If you have any confessions to make, you better do it quick.
No more bloodshed, please!
I'm sorry, Father. Consider this an act of divine retribution.
That make us even?
Sure. For now. For your trouble, Father.
I don't want your blood money.
You took theirs. Not a lot of difference from where I'm standing. That should be enough dough to patch up the bullet holes. And keep you quiet.
When the cops come, you tell them the gunman who did this had East Coast accents. Must have been from out of town, right?
I won't lie. But I won't say anything at all.
Good. Be a shame if we had to come back here.
Where the hell were you?
As soon as I walked in the church, the crew recognized me. Followed me straight back out.
Oh, they know.
The same place as all these guys. Come on, you gotta go.
It really would be. I think it would be very difficult to have virtually any Republicans that support, in essence, the doubling of the minimum wage, knowing that it will impact many of these small businesses and frankly just put them over the edge.
Form a perimeter around the church, boys. Don't let him out.
Are you kidding?
It's got wheels, don't it? We can just find another shirt. But we got cops everywhere.
Suspected accomplice escaping in our hearse. I repeat, our hearse.
Well, today didn't turn out like I expected.
Just drive. Or we'll end up in the back. Whatever you did at the cat house got the cops plenty pissed.
Yeah, it was messy, but I got everything done.
Everything?
Yeah. Everything.
Man, that hearse got handles. Yeah, it does. Ooh.
They giving up yet?
Don't think so.
They must have called out every cop in the city.
Oh, Grandma, what are you doing?
Come on, Tommy, lose him.
Shut the fuck up, bro. I got a bridge, bro. Come on.
Okay. We lost them.
Thank Christ.
Gonna be trying to forget today for a long time.
You're telling me.
Let's get back to the bar. We gotta lie low.
The way this all went down, we gotta lie low for weeks.
The priest will keep his trap shut, don't worry. Morello got a bloody nose, and you and Polly are in the clear for whacking Galati's son. Boss will be pleased.
Today, President Biden will build on the actions he took on day one, and he'll take more steps to fulfill commitments he made to tackle the crisis while creating good paying union jobs.
Thanks again, Sam, for helping me out back there. I thought my time was up.
It's not anything you wouldn't do for me.
I know. But when you come that close to biting it, Christ, it's something.
Don't need to tell me about that. Just don't think about it. Best lesson I could ever teach you. Don't think about anything.
Interrelated existential crises that are gripping our nation all at once. And he's demanding answers that can address all four. And he's not waiting to take action, getting us started on his first day in office.
Jesus Christ, Tommy. You're confessing to a shootout in a church.
And I ain't even to the hard stuff yet.
You know I could take you in right now, put you behind bars till you're old and gray.
Maybe. If you think you can make any of it stick. But then you'd never know about Morello.
Hey, fellas, sorry to keep you waiting. My shift just started. What you having?
2 lunch specials, please. And more coffee. You know what? Let's bring the whole pot. All right, we've come this far together. What kind of heat did you get from the church?
It's a strange thing. Nothing really came of it all. Always figured Salieri paid off someone somewhere because it wasn't even in the papers. We just had to lay low for 7, 8 months. The cops kept showing up at the bar just to remind us to be watching. And Frank caught wind that Morello was helping Galati get reelected, hoping he'd go after the Don.
Well, I recovered some account books from Morello's offices. 33 was a pretty good year for him.
Bastard knew we were bleeding out before we did. While we were busy keeping our heads down, he started moving in on our rackets. Quiet at first, a few trucks go missing. Top burner has one too many highballs, drives off a bridge. One of our regular pickups closes up shop, moves upstate.
You didn't catch on?
Not me. I think maybe Polly smelled something. But even with the cops looking over our shoulders, Morello circling, we were still making good money. And with the Don worried about keeping the heat off, we didn't have much to do. Except drink, have a few laughs. Every time I went to the Salieri's, there was Sarah. So it was a good year. Until Frank.
Coletti, Don's consigliere.
Yeah, that's right. He set me straight. He set us all straight.
There's a lot of buzz around town about you guys.
Yeah, we got into a little scrap last night. It's no big deal.
I don't care about the bar fight, Tom. I care how it looks when you walk into a club and by everyone around.
We got into somewhere, though.
Then blow it at the track on Sunday. Or take a dame to a show. We're in Destin, for Christ's sake.
You want me to become one of those Wall Street boys?
Don't sass me, Tommy. I'm trying to teach you the ropes, so you don't get strangled by them. You ever have a dog, Tom?
Sure.
Little mutt when I was a kid. When I was 8 or 9, before I came over from the Sicily, I had this beautiful skinny Cerneco dell'Etna. Like a little greyhound. Fastest dog you've ever seen. That's how I met the Don. We started setting up races together. Betting on her with coins and rifle shells. There wasn't another dog that could catch her. She never lost. Until the day she did. We were only out the pocket knife, but I never saw the Don so angry.
She got old on you?
No. Pregnant. She went into heat, got out of the yard, and every dog in town had a turn. You're like that dog, Tommy. Every time you flash your money around, you're a bitch in heat. And everyone in that club is now looking to fuck you. And once you get fucked, you're no good to us. Do you understand?
You made your point.
Good. Because you need to think about your career here. Look, Paulie's at his ceiling. He's the guy we want in a tussle, but he's not smart enough to run anything. Sam is loyal, but he has no vision. But you, Tommy, you could run this town someday.
Well, I appreciate that, Frank. So, what happened to the dog?
The Don tried to drown her. I broke his nose. You can let me off here. Give Sarah my best, Tommy.
Back then, everything went through Frank. The plans, the orders, the money. You could get the call day or night.
Ah, Tom. Frank says to wait for him in the garage out in the back. You got the job, I think.
Thanks, Luigi. Sarah's cooking. She's bringing something over.
In this rain? She's a good girl.
I'll see you tomorrow, Luigi.
Sure. Back in the day, when the boss was still with Pepone, we got called out to a hit. Some politician on the take. And they...
She has not given away any of her fundamental